Hello everyone and welcome to Business Africa. I'm Amelga. This week we discover how a Beninese startup allows quick access to agricultural products. Then we head to Cameroon where cocoa production is stagnating. And finally, we will see how Kenya has decided to develop its economy through export of avocados. The Benin startup Jinukun specializes in online trade of products from local farms. The company, which also specializes in production and processing, makes it easier for Beninese producers to sell their product through a wider network. Chantila Nyingi and Nyasham Tizwa with the details. Jinukun is a Beninese startup that brings local products closer to consumers through innovative channels, including digital marketing. The startup specializes in processing and distributing agricultural products.
Our customers kept asking us, but if we come to you and buy things like rice, why can't we also buy chickens and local meat as well? So in December, we created packages where we put local rice plus chickens and sold a lot of them.
Jinukun markets and promotes the Benin-made products exclusively on its website.
It is here that we design and operate the website and our mobile application as well. We have the marketing part and the delivery part together in this room.
The online service facilitates distribution to the delight of many customers. I chose Jinukun because of the speed, because I don't necessarily have to go to the market, and as soon as I call them, in record time, they come to deliver the products. Jinukun plans to venture into other regions on the continent. Climate change, repeated use of bad chemicals. Cameroon's cocoa production is stagnating. The country, ranked third in the world behind Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana, will have difficulty reaching the production target of 600,000 tons by 2020 as planned by the state. Yet, the bean, the country's second largest source of foreign currency, creates more than 600,000 direct and indirect jobs. Natalie Wakam and Eric Oteng give us more.
Cameroon has been experiencing a significant decline in its cocoa production for several months now. The decline, according to cocoa farmers, is due to the impact of climate change and the use of bad agrochemicals. The ongoing Anglophone crisis has also hampered cocoa production in Manyu, a cocoa growing area located in the southwest of the country.
Because of the crisis, some buyers are afraid of coming here. Because this period like this, some buyers used to give money to small buyers to buy for them.
The government, which plans to increase cocoa production to 600,000 tons by 2020, has encouraged the planting of cocoa seedlings on 400,000 hectares of land. Cameroon's Interprofessional Cocoa and Coffee Council predicts a slight improvement in production, around 230,000 tons.
You see the quantity I've removed at this time. Yes, this is not our real cocoa season. The season is already almost over. This is just the finishing.
According to the latest estimates by the Interprofessional Cocoa and Coffee Council, the average price of cocoa beans per kilogram for farmers has reduced from a little over $2 at the beginning of last season to $1.58 now.
To talk to us about this, we are joined on the line from Yaoundé, Cameroon by Benjamin Omb, expert consultant in digital communication. He's also the promoter of Cocoa Info, the first bilingual web platform specializing in cocoa sector in Cameroon. Hello and welcome to Business Africa.
Hello and thank you for having me.
Mr. Bessala, what are the main obstacles to the objectives set by the state of Cameroon, in particular achieving an annual production of 600,000 tons by 2020?
Yes, indeed. The fundamental problems identified today in the sector are, among others, aging orchids and aging planters, But the real problem that would prevent the government from achieving this goal is the non-availability of seedlings. The only state structure in charge of plant distribution, the Cocoa Development Company, has only a production capacity of 6 million plants per year in response to an exponential demand that is close to 80 million. Moreover, it should be recalled that the target date for the famous recovery plan for the cocoa and coffee sectors is 2020. With 2 years to this deadline, this has not been implemented due to the lack of funding. Therefore, it will be difficult for the government to achieve this goal.
What about the measures proposed to the Cameroonian Ministry of Commerce by the Interprofessional Council of Cocoa and Coffee during the last campaign?
Yes, it is very difficult to evaluate the level of implementation of these measures. Remember that in the face of the fall in world cocoa prices of nearly 50% during the previous campaign, the Cameroonian government, through its Ministry of Commerce, has taken a number of measures to mitigate the impact of the international economic situation on local production and marketing. And one of these measures, which focused on the production of quality cocoa, has already begun to work, with the launch in August of 2017 of 2 cocoa processing centers. Others are the creation of local processing units, the introduction of a quality bonus for producers, the increase in the fee paid to producers, and in particular, the reduction of the export fee from 26 cents to 13 cents. A drop of 50% is strongly expected during the 2018-2019 campaign, which had just begun.
Can the crisis in the English-speaking part of Cameroon be considered as a break to achieving the objective? And what must be done to avoid fraudulent exports to neighboring Nigeria?
Obviously, you did well to mention it. The so-called Anglophone crisis will have a negative impact, probably on the national production of cocoa in Cameroon. The Southwest region is the largest cocoa production basin in Cameroon, with nearly 50% of the national production. According to the recent survey we just mentioned, there are approximately 36,750 cocoa farms in this region, covering an area of nearly 103,900 hectares. The majority of these farms are now abandoned because of this crisis. If nothing is done to bring social stability back to this part of the country, domestic production will fall dramatically. With regard to fraudulent exports to neighboring Nigeria, in recent years, these imports have not allowed the state to measure its true production and marketing capacity. But this is one of the laws of the market that would require the trader, if not the producer, to sell to the highest bidder. Let us not forget that Nigeria's domestic market, with a population of nearly 196 million inhabitants, according to the World Bank, is much more lucrative than the local market. So public authorities should better regulate producers in the context of cooperatives and groupings in order to control both cocoa production and marketing.
Thank you, Benjamin Omb, for having enlightened us. He is an expert consultant in digital communication and also promoter of a platform specializing in the cocoa sector in Cameroon, on the line from the political capital, Yaoundé.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
We take a short break and then we will head to Kenya, which has started exporting avocados. We'll be right back.